land available because there are constraints. Like one of the constraints to a farmer is land. Land is owned either individually or communally. That's the issue of a land tenure system. Where a farmer that is interested to invest or cultivate more is limited to a particular piece of land because the land is either owned by the community or by individual. And that farmer cannot go further, cannot encroach into another man's land.
Okay, Mr. Godwin, hold on. Let's address this. Have you had this situation in any of the local governments? Did you go to the local government chairman, or did the farmers go to the traditional rulers and say, this is what we want to do in your community, and we think it's going to benefit not just you and us in the sense of the business, but then the state at large? And did those people refuse you to do it?
Thank you so much. The upon DFO, that's a Development Finance head of CBN, Mrs. Osuya, we went around some AGAs. Even in some AGAs, they gave us vast land. But our constraint then was, you know, that in River State we are living in the rainforest beds of this country. And some of these farm lands are virgin land that we need bulldozers to remove some of these big trees, roll away the logs to enable tractors enter. But where do you see those equipments in? In some places, in some states here in South, you hardly see any of these equipments because we are talking about mechanized agriculture. It's not where we will do agriculture again in a crude way by using knife and hoe. So we need these equipments in River State to enable us move forward.
Okay. Let me just say this on Facebook. Join the conversation. Why are young people not interested in farming? I know a lot of people have always said it's because it's not been mechanized. But then let's take, for instance, the music industry, movie industry. All of these industries had issues, but young people got in there and made it do with what they had. And today we can see the results. Why haven't similar been done in the agricultural sector? In the tech industry, we also have young people doing magic, regardless of support, from enough support as one would expect from the government. So we need to know your thoughts on Facebook. Share with us that view, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can also send in WhatsApp messages 0809 030 6416. We have the chairman of the Rice Millers Association River State chapter with us on the show this morning, and we are discussing food security. And you've heard him say quite a lot. The government has held meetings. They are hopeful that this time things will turn out different. Do you share the same opinion? Well, let us know. WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416, or on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on X, Nigeria Info PH. That is what we would like you to do for us. Mr. Godwin, then, so quickly, we have a very short commercial on the way. We'll go for that. When we come back, the conversation continues. But quite a lot of things we still need to talk about. Some people have said, why do we have the prices issue that we have? So, Oyigbo, where you have the rice mill, we also have abundance of cassava. People would say, what is happening with that? Why is Gary still expensive? We have a plantation. In fact, almost any community you go to, you see plantain growing on its own. You don't even need to, it's something that you don't even need to farm in some places. We have those in excess, but still, we have that expensive in the market. You'd perhaps touch on a few of this and tell us what could be responsible and how these things could be resolved when we return after this commercial. So please stay on the line for us. Hello, Mr. Godwin?
Yes.
Yeah, just stay on the line for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, Guy, we need to read all of this in the next 30 seconds, okay?
All of it?
chairman for NARPPMMAN, the National Rice Millers Production Association in Rivers State, Godwin Nwagwuagwu. Sir, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Thank you so much.
All right, and we're discussing food security in Rivers State, and you've heard him rightly say that there's only one. He would count one rice processing mill in the state and in Oyigbo. Mr. Godwin, what's the capacity of that rice mill, if I might ask? How much production is done in a day?
It depends on because in fact it has capacity of production of up to 30 tons in a day.
Does it get to its full capacity?
Yes. You know, those processing machines are programmed based on the turnover. I mean, based on the inputs available. But it has the capacity of milling up to 30 tons in a day.
So in other words, in a day, sometimes based on the input, you might not produce 30 tons in a day, even though that's the maximum it can produce.
Yes.
We also have other areas of agriculture, fishery, and that's something that we have in abundance in this region. Why aren't we harnessing? Is there a reason why it's difficult to have these areas, fully taken advantage of? What is needed? What is wrong?
Okay. Let me start with the area you asked first on the cassava.
Yes, cassava.
Like here, we are known for cassava production. Apart from being the state chairman of NARPPMMAN, I'm also the local government, the president of a chair cooperative union. Why I'm bringing this point is the chair is known as food basket of the state, and there are factors militating against the production of these foods, or why they cost the rise. I mean the high cost in sales. The problem is this. Earlier before now, you know that the high cost of agro input affects the production. Unlike before now, a bag of fertilizer like NPK 1515, NPK 2010, and urea. These fertilizers were being sold when we did what we call GES, Growth Enhancement Scheme Program, in 2014, or ATA. ATA means Agricultural Transformation Agenda. A bag of fertilizer then was sold at 4,000 naira. But now, a bag of same fertilizer is sold at 23,000 naira. You cannot see the margin, the difference.
And there isn't any government subsidy on this fertilizer. We know that the government had even recently ordered for release of fertilizers because as a form of palliative with the whole subsidy removal and with the whole flood issue that's even coming. People question that thought anyways. But these fertilizers, don't they get to the farmers?
Well, to some of us, I'm yet to see that. But what I mean is, if it was there, the way it was controlled, the federal government will pay subsidy. They will notify you through your phone that please go to so place and pick so number of fertilizer. They may tell you NPK 2010 2 bags, urea 1 bag. This the federal government will pay 50%, and the farmer will pay 50%. But now, come back again to intervene in this sector by subsidizing the cost of these agro inputs.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Hello?
Yes. You were talking about the fertilizer and how expensive it is, because we don't have a lot of time. Sorry, I had to interject at intervals so we can cover as much as possible and make things very clear. You had talked about how the fertilizer cost is now and how those programs aren't available, and that could in turn be affecting the price after a farmer imputes all of this into the cost of production. Now, what happens to the PFI? We know we used to have the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, which I have not recalled the government saying it stopped, because, I mean, we had farmers who still benefit from this, used to benefit in the north. What we want to know now, if you can tell us, is in this part of the country, do farmers have access to these programs as much as they would want to? And not just at the federal level, also at the state level. Were there any programs designed by the government to aid farmers to ensure that we have these sort of, products in abundance?
At the beginning of my discussion, I think I mentioned that political will. If the government in power is interested in agriculture, they will follow up these issues. But meanwhile, to those of us here, because I have the right to say something on this input, because I'm also the state chairman of agro input dealers in River State here. I deal on fertilizers and agro inputs. So if such has been made available, I and my farmers were yet to get in touch with that. But meanwhile, that's why I suggest too, in one of my discussions, that if we need these things to get to the targeted group, being the real farmers, initiatives should pass through commodity associations so that it can reach to the grassroots level. So those farmers who are the target, if you empower the farmer that he can now go to the farm and do more, and then there will food sufficient or abundant food. But if the farmers are empowered, they will do to their limit, and then the cost of living will continue to persist. I mean, the high cost of living, please.
So at the moment, you are telling us that even the recent release by the federal government as palliatives to fertilizers and grains and seedlings and the rest of the government had released to be distributed, here in Rivers State, farmers are yet to receive or hear of such.
Well, I said to my own limit, I'm yet to get the letter. They may inform us.
Cassava stems. Cassava stems, now,
yes. I'm yet to get acquainted with that.
Okay. Cassava stems, I think the government had talked about, the state government in the past administration under the former Commissioner for Agriculture had talked about cassava stems being distributed to farmers at various times. Even after the flood, we had that happen. Where are we with that? Is this still something that's ongoing? Is it something that the government is still doing, giving out seedlings and cassava stems to farmers here in the state?
Actually, I witnessed when the stems were given out. I was there. I was invited. I was there when the cassava cuttings were given out. Like what are you saying? If we want these things to go down, we should pass these things through the commodity associations or cooperative unions. Because we are under a system that if this thing comes from the government, you give to the local government gives to councillors to distribute. You know, we should tell ourselves the truth. The councillors, they have their ward list of party faithfuls, which party A may not like party B to be involved in that list. And then, talkless of the real farmers, if these things are given to political farmers, how do you think that this thing will disintegrate to the grassroots level?
Well said.
So I think we should come to a drawing table and then put heads together and see how these things move smoothly.
Okay.
And get to the targeted group.
All right, let's open the phone lines now, and then we'll come back to you with one very important question I'll need your response to. First, the numbers to call are 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817 923 0007. 0817-923-0007. Either of those numbers to get access to us here in the studio. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Mr. Godwin, before we take the calls, respond to this, please. A lot of people have said we have fewer young people venture into the agricultural sector, and if we have the youths more involved, it might just be what we need. But we don't have many young people still interested in farming. Why is that?
I've told you, we are asking our youth to embrace agriculture, quite right. But there's no how you ask these young graduates to go back into agriculture by tilling the soil with hand, using machete and hoes again. That's why we are begging that since this government now has passion in agriculture, because I've had the federal government declaring emergency in agriculture. Since they have passion, they should make available these machineries, equipment available, so that one can go to ministry and get tractors, get bulldozers to deforest this virgin land, so that tractors cannot go in. So when these equipments are available, the youth will embrace the agriculture. It's not we singing it like a song every day. You should embrace agriculture. Is it with machete and hoe? We're talking about mechanized agriculture.
So in other words, lack of government investment in the sector, you think, is why youths are not seeing it as lucrative?
So that the youth can now be motivated to go into agriculture. We need equipment.
Okay. All right, we'll take a few calls now. On Facebook, we have a few messages as well. Remember to use the WhatsApp portal 0809 030 6416. Supportive Associates on Facebook says real farmers should encourage themselves through cooperatives while government partner and finance the cooperative. Okay. Dr. Prince Uta says our youths are no longer interested in farming and agriculture is dying and food is becoming scarce and expensive in Rivers State. For some of these reasons, the government is doing little or nothing to support or promote agriculture. All, including the youth, are now pursuing quick money in politics and are becoming political honorables. The problem of oil exploration and spillage damaging the productive strength of our lands, and the flood situation is now of great discouragement. Put in one word, government needs to do more. Ken is calling from Ubimini. Ken, good morning to you. Talk to us. You're welcome.
Good morning. If you hear me.
Yes.
I want to correct one impression by your guest.
All right, he's listening. Go on.
You see, as far as farming is one of the essential sectors in every nation, we should not politicize this particular section. Your guest is talking about equipment. The graduates not embracing farming. That farming is not all about farm, machete and hoe. You see, I want to let you know that the local farmers are the people producing whatever we are seeing in our mail markets in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
I am assuring you that their so-called government political farmers or equipment farmers are producing nothing. I'm indigenous of Ubumini. I'm a farmer I produce cassava. I produce plantain.
So
I
Ken,
rear
Ken,
goats.
one question. The cassava, the plantain, and the goats you rear, can it feed your local government just what you produce? How much cassava do you turn out in a day? Or in one harvest season? I beg your pardon. How much quantity can the...
Now, let me come to the cassava aspect of it. Based on the way we do our own farming here, we don't plant by ridges. We make it by plot. And I can tell you that I produce, because according to my traditional market days, we make our cassava or process our cassava to gari every 4 days. And I am proud, I'm both of producing 10 bases in each market day. Like tomorrow, as I'm talking to you now, I'm on the process.
But Ken,
by tomorrow, I'll take it to the market.
Don't you think that if you had more hands, you had machineries to help, you had tractors, harvesters, plows, and the rest, don't you think it would improve your production?
Local farmer is fertilizer. I don't need their tractors. I don't need their bulldozer. I don't need anything. I need only fertilizer.
All right, Ken. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My guest will respond to that. We'll take some more calls. This message on WhatsApp as well says the government is being very mischievous in the support they are supposed to give farmers and producers. Else they would have established an agency that regulates prices of food and commodities in the market and not leave us at the mercy of the farmers and producers. The farmers have fun escalating prices anyhow they want without checks because they know no one will query them. We should help ourselves if government isn't doing the needful. ND from Oyigbo. This message says, Andrew, good morning. The rice from this association in Rivers State, which of the market in Rivers State is it being sold? Okay, that's a great question. Mr. Godwin, the rice that is produced from Oyigbo, is it bagged? Is it labeled? Where is it being sold? Who is buying it? Which of the markets can we get it? Hello, Mr. Godwin?
Yes.
Somebody's asking, the rice you said from the mill in Oyigbo, where is it being sold? Does it have a label? Where is it being sold? Who is buying it? Or where is it being sold? Basically.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think I'll start with the man that made comments in Ubimini. What we are saying here, we are not discouraging people from doing their peasant farming with knife and hoe. But we are saying for us to have bomber harvest and increase productivity, that government should make these machineries available. That's in the area of using machete and hoe.
Okay.
Then you come to the right aspect of it that you asked now. Yes, we have not made, if not this discussion, even those people call it, they don't even know that we have such ventures here in Rivers State. But we have been doing our things in our own way. We have been selling our things in our local markets. And those who cares to know, later we even draw the contact.
All right.
So that they can go there and see things for themselves.
All right, let's take this call. Christian is now there.
Okay.
Christian, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
Welcome.
I greet your guest in the studio. Mr. Femi, ask your guest the name of their product.
Okay.
Their rice, their gare, and some other things. And ask him the market they used to advertise to sell them.
Okay.
Because most of them are political farmers. The real farmers are in the state suffering. These one are the ones picking what comes from government. Thank you.
All right, Christian, thank you. Same question. So they want to know. I think I should put it better for you, Mr. Godwin.
Yes.
The rice, when it's bagged, is it labeled? Is it okay? Is it a venture that is public government public partnership, private government partnership? What is it labeled? Can I go to a store and say I'm looking for the way we have most of what's? Does it have a brand, or you just sell it in basins and rubbers and buckets?
Thank you so much. I have told you first of all that after this program now, I will drop the contact so that some people can go there and see what we are doing. Though we have called on states, like the time we launched this program in ADP, we wanted to target reef rice. And again, we had the government coming up us to pick that name, reef rice. So we now keep calm, In fact, we will give you our contact so that you can see things for yourself. And I will still give you the contact.
All right. So we would visit the plant. Our correspondent will visit and get all of the details that are needed. The phone lines are still buzzing. We have a commercial coming. I have to take some more messages. Real farmers should encourage themselves through cooperatives. Okay, I think we had that before on Facebook. Yes. All right. This person says, this is not for our conversation. All right, the music industry cannot be compared to the agricultural sector until it is fully mechanized. Farming, as seen in recent times over here, requires physical energy and good capital. Majority of our youths today are distracted and are all looking for a now profit in business. The patience for agricultural proceeds isn't in view. Another person says, Benjamin, the reason why young people are not interested in agriculture is because of the way society has made it look. It looks like a job for the poor when it's not mechanized. Benjamin from Port Harcourt, government is always quick to make pronouncements to gain popularity, but implementation is always the problem. You'll be surprised that is always Hillary, you sent that one in. This person says, we are yet to get a roadmap on any of the sectors of the economy, so it becomes sad to hear people make bogus statements on air that can obviously translate into regrettable positions later on. What the guests in the studio should be promoting now should be program templates the Agri Ministry can adopt and make a workable document. If any government is sincere and show true commitment, young people will for sure get involved.
Thank you so much.
Let's attempt to wrap up. The messages are quite a lot, but we don't have all the time. Mr. Godwin, you heard some of the responses. Yes. And I need you to clarify for us, this particular venture, does it have government involvement in any way?
I've told you here that when we come up with this policy, we want to target reef rice. I say so from onset.
Yeah, we're not talking about the name. Like, we just want to know, was it something that farmers came together and decided to say, let's get a plant and begin to produce this rice? Or was it a government that brought farmers together and said, we want you guys to do this? No. That's what we want to know.
It is the association.
Which association, please?
This NARPPMMAN, that of rice.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the Commodity Association from Abuja. They have state offices or state coordinators. The association came up by itself, but we invited the government. Then I'm saying, by the grace of God, the present government is showing, I believe that with time, we'll put our hearts together. It is to move further.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Godwin. Thank you very much, Mr. Godwin, for making our time to join us on the show today.
Another thing before I leave you.
A few seconds, please. In 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
No matter how much you invest in it, with the activities of herdsmen being controlled, you will never get what we want. Some people invest.
Mr. Godwin, unfortunately, time will not allow us to continue. Thank you very much. We have to wrap it up now. We'll go for a commercial. The news at 9 comes up, and Jude would continue with Hello Port Harcourt. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
Area info.
Welcome, our amiable governor, to Ogbaebe Mandoni local government.